Yo, what's happening? Ooh-wee. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. This is crazy. Thank y'all for the likes. All right, let's get started, y'all. Let's get started. Where my stuff at? What's going on? Technology is great. Technology is great. But it will stump you sometimes. Technology is wonderful, but it will give you problems here and there. But we are blessed to not have any serious issues without technology. Cross our fingers. Cross our fingers. But sometimes it gives us a little setback, a little delay, but we made it. We made it. As a kid, I always tell my mom, I'm like, I made it, even if I didn't make it. What up? I saw the light. What's happening, my guy? It's good to see you on the live stream. We appreciate all the support. Y'all hit that like button when you come in here. Shoot us a wave. Let us know you're here. And we're going to try to provide as much information as we can. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. When y'all come in, hit that like button. It's good to see y'all. It's good to see y'all. It's been a journey, y'all. It's been a journey. Today is hump day. We like hump day, but it's been a journey to get here. We cut routes. We got to run the route. We heavy. We got to get in here and we got to produce. All right. So, how's y'all day? How was y'all Wednesday? How was y'all Wednesday? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Let us know you're here. I know a lot of people watch and I get it. A lot of people watch and they don't want to say anything in the chat, and that's cool. You don't have to say anything, but every now and then, let us know you're here. And we acknowledge you as well. Not many platforms do so, but here at Brick Dot Media, we recognize the bomb squad. We surely do. We surely do. Man. All right, y'all, let's get started. We're not even going to waste no time because I'm already 6 minutes late. My apologies, like I said, but we're not going to waste any time. We're going to, let's see, where are my controls at? What's going on? Yo, it's like when you don't live stream the computer, even though you use the computer still, it goes to sleep and it act like it doesn't remember what's going on. Like, you know what we did last week. You know what's going on. Please act like you do, but technology, like I said, technology is great, but sometimes it'll hold you down and beat you into submission. sometimes. I'm trying to find Scout Dad, what's happening? What's happening? Good evening, sir. Good evening. Bonfire season. That's a good one. In Minnesota, hey, is it still chilly in Minnesota? Cause man, look, we in the 90s in Texas. We're in the 90s at least till the 26th of May. We are in the 90s. Today we hit 94. Yesterday we hit 94. So it feels like a bonfire, but I'm not sure if it's bonfire season here in Texas. But um, what's up, Jude? How you living, big dog? How you living? Man, I'm trying to get all my stuff. Man. Where all my stuff at? Let's see. Here we go. Brick that meter, we up, y'all, and we alive. We alive.
Break that meeting.
We are live.
Break that meeting.
What's up, Bomb Squad? It's an honor to be here in front of you guys. We appreciate it. Tonight we're talking about FedEx and Amazon. Y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail. These guys, they're getting back together again. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the pros and cons for Amazon. We're going to talk about the pros and cons for FedEx. We're going to talk about the pros and cons for even UPS and USPS. All right. Yeah, man. Marcus Smith, what's up? Shouts out to Marcus Smith, Bomb Squad. We up. What up, Marcus Smith? It's good to see you, big dog. Okay, so MN Scout Dad says 85 to 90 degrees the last 3 days. Okay. That's a decent temperature. I can deal with that. Um, However, right now, Texas is preheating. You know, when you put the oven on and then it goes through all the stuff, the temperature gets up. That's what's going on right now because the humidity is not crazy just yet. But the actual temperature, we in the 90s. And I look at the forecast because I always tell my group, like, hey, look, make sure you hydrate. We have to stay hydrated because we in the 90s already. We are almost in like July weather already, and we just in May. So make sure you hydrated. You get hydrated. You stay hydrated. If you drink whatever you're gonna drink on the weekends, make sure you limit that, and you make sure you overcompensate with water and electrolytes. If you're gonna do what you do, hey, do what you want to do. It's all good, but just make sure you're ready. It's time to get on this hot box. Because 94, 95, 96, especially between 3 p.m. and 5:45 p.m., is scorching. Scorching. So even right now, it feels like it's August, but it's not. But the humidity is not all the way turned up just yet. But we getting there. We are getting there. I have vacation in a few weeks, and where I'm going is not going to be as hot, but it's going to be warm. But we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to that. How y'all day went? How y'all week is going? It's Wednesday. It's hump day. We getting it cracking on a Wednesday, and we feeling great. We feeling great. So one thing I want to say, guys, I was talking with a friend a couple days ago, and we was talking about consistency, and he brought up a great point, and he said that consistency, it pretty much is a foundation. If you want to be successful at pretty much anything, you have to be consistent, and I agree. I agree with that. So if you're talking about work, your job, your career, you have to be consistent. If you're trying to get a job, you have to be consistent. If you have a great job, even if it's not so much of a great job, you got to make sure you come to work, show up to work. Don't be calling in and taking unnecessarily days off. But you show up, you be consistent, you do a great job, you do your best with your job, right? Be consistent with relationships. Whether you're dating somebody, you have friendships, spouse, or whatever, you have to be consistent in doing those things to nurture the relationship. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do and taking care of business, but you have to be consistent because if you're not consistent with anything that you do, you see those gaps and you start creating those gaps. And after long, you have too many gaps, you start underperforming. With anything you do, you must be consistent. I know a couple people, and I'm not going to say their names. I have a couple friends that are starting YouTube journeys, and I'm a little partial on whether you should start a YouTube journey because I would never give someone bad advice. My advice is always great. At least I think so. But I say all that to say this. I have mixed emotions about it because it's just like, yes, it's great. You should, absolutely. But at the same time, it's hard and it's going to take you to do some things that you never ever did before in your life. That's one. And two, you have to be consistent. Even on the days you don't feel like producing, you don't feel like doing anything, you just want to lay around and be lazy, which we all do. You have to get up and show up for the people. And so whether you love it, like it, hate it, it's a different beast. And so I can't tell them what to do. I won't tell them exactly what to do. I just kind of give them the warning signs like, look, this is going to happen, but it's okay. Life in general, stuff is going to happen. It's okay. You get knocked down, you get pushed down, you fall, you break a leg, you get back up, you let it heal, and you keep it moving. So life is meant to enjoy and jump into stuff that you really don't understand. But at the same time, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. All right. Let's see who's here. All right. Hey, thanks for the likes. We appreciate the likes, y'all. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Bomb Squad, we are up. Marcus Smith, shouts out to you, Marcus Smith. Yeah, make sure your truck is organized early. That's the advice I give. Don't spend too much time in the back because you're looking at in between 10 and 15 degrees hotter in the back. So, man, last summer was a doozy. Summer of 23 was the hottest summer on record in Texas. Last summer wasn't as hot, but it was still hot. So, not sure what this summer will bring, but yes, organize your load early. Don't hang out in the back. Open those doors if you have to spend a few minutes back there, but don't hang out in the back because you'll find yourself in a bad situation. All right, Marcus Hamilton. Marcus number 2 in the building. All right. Slow in the building. I've been on layoff for 3 weeks. Do you think it will start to get busy soon? I don't know. And I'm gonna just be honest. I don't know. It depends on a few things. One, it depends on the facility you in and the situation that's going on at that facility, the customer base in that area, staffing. You have natural attrition, you have people get hurt, you have people take vacation. So it's like if you on layoff, yes, it sucks. But at the same time, I always tell people, hold on, do not quit. But it could pick up. But I can't sit here and tell you that it will. It could, but you have to hold on. You have to be available. So just in case it does, you're able to benefit. But it could. It could get busy. Then again, it might not get busy. And so what I tell everybody is that, are we prepared if it doesn't get busy? Or are we prepared if they don't call you back off a layoff? Like how you going to prepare yourself and how you going to situate yourself, right? That's what matters. So it can go either way. I'm always optimistic. I'm a very optimistic person. And I tell people like, hey, I think, you know, good things that happen eventually, especially for the people that hold off and take care of business on the back end. I think great things happen to them. People that do good, I do believe great things happen to those people as well. But at the same time, you could be a great person, you could be doing great things, and bad stuff happen to you or to anybody else. So bad things don't really discriminate. So just put yourself in position, do not quit, and and hold tight and report back and let us know, Mr. Marcus Hamilton. Good luck with everything. We appreciate it. Dooley the Bullet from Sacktown, always representing. Shouts out to you. We appreciate all the likes, guys. And we're about to go ahead and get started. What do you say? What Dooley say? Um, the other building that closed, we're getting 20K more volume a day, and they still got Amazon. Yeah, Amazon is not going away. Amazon is not going away. The deal is to reduce Amazon by 50% by the lower half of 2026. So Amazon could be still at 100% now. It's probably not, but it could be because the deal is to limit it by next year. So it's going to be a slow trickle out. But tonight we talking about FedEx. They coming back into the picture when it comes to Amazon. And so UPS is going to stay the course and still honor the deal in which, like, hey, we pulling back, but at the same time, now you insert FedEx into it, and so it make things a little more intriguing. You know, this was reported 2 days ago. and we're gonna rewind and we're gonna talk about how the relationship with Amazon and FedEx, how it stopped in the first place. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get started? But hey, Dooley, 20,000 more of volume per day? That's crazy. That's a lot of volume, bro. Y'all sound busy. Let me make sure I read that right. Yeah, that's a lot. All right, so here we go. All right, so let's get started, y'all. Can we see? Is everything good? All right.
Amazon and FedEx are getting back together. The two companies parted ways 6 years ago, but have now struck a new deal where FedEx will deliver some large packages to homes. This comes after UPS announced that it would scale back the business it does with Amazon.
All right, so that's the news right now that's being reported right now. And this is all a domino effect, right? UPS, like, look, we pulling back. We pulling back. We don't like the rates that y'all have, and it's a lot of cheap volume. So we pulling back, and so we need to be more efficient. So we're going to reduce your volume by 50%. So don't even give it to us by the end of or the second half of 2026. And so UPS is trying to be more efficient, which I understand. Then you have Amazon here saying, look, we don't want to pay you more. We don't want to pay more per package. So if you're going to pull back, then we're going to have to do what we have to do. It's kind of like a relationship that's still there, but it might be damaged a little bit, a little resentment there, which is cool. That's business. That stuff happens, right? But now Amazon have to look over there and say, well, FedEx. What's up, big head FedEx? Where you been? How you been, FedEx? Let's get into this next video, y'all. All right.
So FedEx has said, no, thank you very much, Amazon.
No, thank you on the ground service.
All right. To preface this video, this is from over 5 years ago when the breakup started. All right, let's go.
And so this does follow an announcement in June where they said, you know what, we're going to stop U.S. air delivery service for Amazon. But what I think is interesting is when they made that June announcement, they were sort of at pains to emphasize that this does not affect other parts of FedEx's business, that they're still going to keep Amazon as a customer. And now it seems they're changing their tune. And I think to me, this reflects the fact that Amazon is becoming a much more legitimate competitor in logistics, and FedEx has sort of waved this off, but I think they're having to come to grips with the fact that Amazon is out there. They're not slowing down. They're, getting cargo planes. They're investing in delivery drivers, and they clearly have ambitions here.
Yeah, the thing that Alex pointed out earlier that surprised me a little bit, it's not that big a chunk of FedEx's business. I thought it would be much larger than it is. It's like 1.2% or something.
No, it's not. But I think focusing on that number can sort of, mask the fact that Amazon can still be a real threat here just in terms of the way that FedEx and UPS do business. I mean, you look at the amount that they've been spending to try to adapt their networks to e-commerce to keep up with the demands of FedEx and thus all of the other retailers for 1 day, 2 day shipping. And so, I think the idea that they won't be disrupted just because it's a small amount of the business is not necessarily the right way of looking at it, that Amazon really has the way to pressure their margins, force them to spend a lot of money, whether or not it makes up such a big chunk of their.
Well, do they also pressure FedEx through UPS too? Because they still have the partnership, right? UPS and Amazon?
So UPS is continuing its business with Amazon. We haven't heard anything there about dropping contracts. They recently expanded to 7-day service. Overnight delivery has driven a big surge in their volumes there. So they seem to be taking a very different tact in how they deal with Amazon and instead trying to keep up with Amazon's demands and make them happy and give them the services that they want. And so it will be really interesting to see how these divergent strategies play out.
So FedEx has said, no, thank you.
Okay, so that was over 5 years ago. And so it was in a relationship. And so FedEx, they cut the air cargo service contract to say, hey, you know what? We're not going to fly your stuff anymore, Amazon. Like, you're going to use your own planes. We're going to end that. And they ended it, right? Then they say, look, this ground stuff, we're not with it. we're not doing it anymore. And as you see the breakup, and that was in 2019. That was pre-COVID, by the way. 2019. You go through COVID, everybody's ordering online. Everybody, e-commerce, boom. 2020, 2021, everything is crazy. I mean, people were at home ordering and not even working. I don't know where money was coming from, but people just on Amazon, just ordering toilet paper, all kind of stuff they don't need. And so UPS, we were crazy busy during the pandemic, and it was just like it was balls to the wall. It was balls to the wall. Now, you're gonna fast forward to 2025. UPS like, hey, look, it's not profitable enough for us to still, even though it's 10 to 12% of our volume and revenue, Amazon, we can't continue this relationship the way it is. So UPS took them to the table, say, look, hey, sit down, we gotta talk. That's what happened. So pulling back 50% by the second half of 2026. So that leaves Amazon in a pickle. What are we gonna do? So Amazon just started thinking like, and these negotiations started in February. Actually, it just became public, but they were talking in February about this new relationship, I guess you can say. Hey, we got to talk. I know. It was a bad breakup, but now we need you. We want you. We need you. Yeah. And so the deal is the deal. And the reason why FedEx stopped in the first place is because they seen the emergence of Amazon and say, you know what, we don't want to put ourselves in a situation where they have too much control of us. And so they dropped it. So it's sort of like what UPS is doing now, right? And so my thing is this. If it wasn't good in 2019, pre-pandemic, and the game is different now. Logistics, the whole landscape is different now than it was in 2019. Y'all know that. It's totally different now. And so if it wasn't cool in 2019, I don't understand how is it cool now. And I'm not hating. I'm just saying like Amazon has more of a market share now, and we covered market share 2 weeks ago. I forgot the numbers here. Where my notes at? Amazon is getting more and more market share. So obviously it's something that's going on right now that FedEx is enticed by that they weren't enticed by in 2019 when they dropped them to begin with. And so I'm not saying it seems like desperation, but it does seem a little like, okay, what is it? What is it? Because volume is down across the board. UPS layoff, job cuts. You got FedEx layoff and job cuts. These executives are having to make hard decisions, closing facilities, layoff, trying to juggle between merging the companies or separating the companies. Like I think FedEx and FedEx Freight, it was going to separate. But, doing what you have to do to remain profitable and make sure the shareholders stay happy. And so I still ask the question on the FedEx side, what is different now? Because the landscape is totally different in over 5 years. Now, I don't blame Amazon, of course, because they have to get the volume moved. And this deal with FedEx is for larger deliveries to residentials. right? So those bed frames, those stoves, dressers, mattresses, love seats, recliners, all of that good stuff. Yeah, Amazon has some good stuff. So pretty much anything you could buy, from a store you walk in, you can pretty much buy it on Amazon. But that furniture, and y'all know how that furniture is. That furniture hit different in the summertime. Whew. Yeah, so larger deliveries going to residentials, that's what they're signing up for. Okay, so from the FedEx perspective, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. This might not be a great move, but if you need to boast your volume levels, I mean, I get it. You already go into these areas, you already have trucks on the streets. I get it. I just don't see where the benefit lies as far as the price per package and are you really getting a good deal? Because if the deal wasn't good in 2019, what makes you think it's good now? But then again, they may have negotiated a better deal than they had in 2019 when they ended it. But hey, who knows? When I find out, I will let you guys know, but I just don't see it. I see it being the same deal that they had in place before 2019. So I don't blame FedEx. Of course, I don't blame Amazon. They just having to get the work moved. And FedEx just happened to be in the corner saying, hey, I'll take you back. I'll take you back. Hey, look, it was a tough breakup. I've healed. I'll take you back. We could hug, we could kiss and make up, and everything will be all good. I think that's what happened. But yes, y'all ever had a breakup where, I haven't, but y'all ever had a breakup to where like it ended, but it wasn't terrible. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't peaceful, but it wasn't terrible at the same time. It's just that, hey, we're not seeing eye to eye. It's not gonna work out. I asked a buddy this before I left work today. Say, man, you ever had that breakup where you still thinking about them every now and then, and then you see them in the spot, you know, they're over there looking good, and they with somebody else. They might not be happy, but then you go talk to them, and then all of a sudden it's kumbaya, y'all reminiscing and stuff like that. That's what this is. It's like, hey, look, we didn't yell at each other at the end, but we're back now. I think this could work. And plus, like, I need you because, like, I need to get my cell phone bill paid. So they both need each other. I'm not saying they need each other, but it works for both of them, right? And so that's what this is, right? And so I don't blame Amazon. I don't blame FedEx. Now, UPS, I don't blame them for trying to cutting the Amazon, because if it's not working out monetarily, look, it's not working out. And then you have USPS. I mean, like, they're doing their thing. They're making cuts as well. They're trying to begin, to be profitable, which is cool and everything, but they off to the side. They still hauling Amazon. But it's just like one of the reasons why FedEx ended it with Amazon back in 2019 is because they seen the market share and they seen the emergence of Amazon and say, you know what, we're not going to be a part of this because we have our own business to boast. We're not going to help you take over, but you're going back. Okay, let's go back to the relationship, right? Before the breakup, the couple's arguing. I'm never taking you back. I'm never doing this. I'm never doing that. Okay. But then again, you fast forward 5.5 years later. Well, you know what? All of that, what I said before, I take all of it back. I didn't mean none of that. That's what this is. Hey, we could work together Never mind, never mind I say you had a body odor. Never mind all of that. We here now. Let's talk about it. I need you. You need me. Let's go. And that's what this is. So I don't blame any of these companies because you have to do what you have to do ultimately. And I don't blame none of them. But when it comes to business relationships, it's just like personal relationships. It's the same thing. People get emotional. People make business decisions based on what's going on at the time. And sometimes people make emotional decisions based on what's going on at the time. So like it's the same thing. It's just different. It's different elements, but it's the same ideas. It's the same structure. It's all the same. It's all the same. I'm telling y'all, it's the same. All right, so Melee Pro, it shouts out to you. What's up, UPS or Josh? Yeah, they're gonna get with the furniture, man. Look, the furniture is everybody's struggle. And I feel so bad. I feel so bad the other day. I had one apartment complex on my route. And it was an Amazon driver. And these numbers on my complex, they run a little funny. There's no other complex I ever delivered to that these numbers run like this. And I mean, I think they were new to the area. So like they had the tote thing and they dragging it up the staircase and you could tell they were going to the wrong doors and stuff like that. They looked stressed out, you know. And it was one of those days where I needed to get home to get on a live stream because I told y'all I would. I said, you know what? I'm seeing them struggle. They didn't have furniture. They had a whole bunch of smalls, but I decided to help them. Like, hey, look, oh, you looking for 509? It's right here. And these how the numbers run, to try to help you out because they were struggling. What if they had furniture? Game changer. But they'll see me with the furniture and they'll have the small and then they'll be running up the stairs with the small and I'm loading up the furniture. But it's cool. I don't care about that. But yes, you're right. UPS or Josh. Yeah, they're gonna get the furniture. They're gonna get more furniture, man. Hey, shouts out to them. Melee Pro say FedEx Ground needs to be in the union. I mean, yeah. I mean, are they gonna have what it takes to unionize or what? I mean, yeah. I'm not sure how that would work because they're contractors, but I suppose they could be, but it would take a lot of organization because they don't work for FedEx. So, yeah. Okay, UPS or Josh say they don't even run the Amazon guys in my area from November to May due to all the rookies getting stuck. What you mean they getting stuck? How they getting stuck? Were they getting stuck in the mud? Like what happened? How they getting stuck? All right, so Christian, shouts out to you. Said the FedEx volume been crazy the last couple weeks. Big increase, about 50 plus more packages to deliver. Hey man, hey, shouts out to you. If you getting to work, if y'all getting to work, hey, that's a good thing. Knock it out. You work for FedEx Ground? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. We appreciate it, Christian. Shouts out to you. Jordeezy say, I don't think this is a great move for FedEx at this time. They're still trying to merge the ground and express and is failing Amazon in the winner in this. Hey, and that's why I say I don't understand. I don't understand it. I get it, but at the same time, I don't understand. Does that make sense? I get why they're doing it, but I don't see the deal being better than it was before. The reason why you left in the first place. So that's all I'm saying. I mean, yeah, of course, Amazon is the winner because they got the work. Unless FedEx negotiated a great deal as far as the price per package, then that's another story. But they probably gave them the same rates, maybe a little less, which is, with inflation and everything, you better be getting more. But I'm just saying, Amazon is definitely the winner because they get the stuff moved. UPS pulls back, and you have your X in the corner. You know, they looking at you, say, "Hey, I miss you," and bam, there you go, another deal. 5.5 years later. So definitely the winner. Because guess what? If FedEx says no, then what Amazon does? Like, what they gonna do? Hey, who else is out there is gonna deliver these mattresses and these bed frames? You know, and these trampolines. What's up, Nick? Shouts out to you. Long time, brother. Yo, we got this trampoline in 2 boxes. Have a nice day. If FedEx says no, who's delivering that stuff? UPS gonna cut back. Who's gonna deliver that stuff? I mean, are you gonna get what DoorDash? You gonna put him back in his pickup truck? I mean, come on. Like, you're gonna need, yeah. So to your point, Jordeezy, this looks like a bailout. This looks like a bailout. And I'm gonna say that because right here, hopefully FedEx got a good deal. They definitely have the leverage. And if they say like, nah, we don't want to do it. Like we know you miss us. We know you need us now because UPS pulled back. So nah, we good. Nah, we good. Let that sit for a couple days, maybe a couple weeks. Give them a call back. Say, hey, Amazon. I know I said no, but if you still need me, I'll do it for this price. Make them wait a little bit. Make them sweat a little bit, and then hit them with the okay, boom. I need this. In this instance, it seemed like FedEx would have the leverage. So hopefully they took advantage of that. Hopefully they did. And hopefully they got some good rates. I hope they did because Amazon is just going to dump it on them and it's bailout. So hopefully FedEx got a good deal because it's definitely a bailout. Because if they say no, they probably have to go to UPS and say, hey, look, UPS, that rate increase that you wanted to give us, we're going to have to go ahead and take it. And then UPS might say no. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a bailout. It's definitely a bailout. Yeah, I saw the light say never go back to your ex. There's a reason why you broke up. Yeah. Nah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. But y'all know at the end of the day, we're humans. And so, you know, you at a wedding or a reception or a birthday party or at the mall, you see X over there, and then, some people can't control themselves. And so look, there you go. Oh, hey, I was just trying to see how your mom was, how your family doing. Oh, they doing good. Oh, well, how you been? Oh, I've been good too. Okay, I see you got a new hairstyle. You're smelling good. You get you caught up. Before you know it, y'all doing a deal again. I didn't mean what I said. I'm sorry, and there you go. There you go. But you're right. I saw the light. Look, you're right. But tell that to humans. Tell that to humans. Hey, humans, don't do what humans do and watch what happens. It happens all the time. But you're right, though. Marcus Smith, shouts out to you. Marcus Smith said, I break up with my wife every other week. Oh man. So you break up with your wife every other week, and then the next week y'all get back together every other week? Is that how it goes? Every other week, huh? Well, at least it's consistent, and at least it's regular. You know what I'm saying? Consistent and regular. Shouts out to Nick. Nick said heat index of 109. Nick is in San Antonio, Texas, y'all. Look, Nick, I know we got it bad in Houston, bro. I know we got it bad in Houston. We're a little closer to the Gulf, so we get a little more humidity than y'all get in San Antonio and Austin as well. But man, I was in Austin a few years ago in the summer. Yo, straight desert. It's still hot here, but it's not like the San Antonio heat. And it's not like the Austin heat either. Whew. Shouts out to you, man. Y'all already got a 109 heat index, and we in May, mid-May. Whew. Okay, so Nick with the bold prediction. Nick said that Amazon will eventually buy out FedEx or buy out FedUp. Whew, man, it's gonna take a lot of money. I mean, hey. Michael Allen said he just unloaded so many bed frames during the twilight today. Man, look. I mean, it's the summertime, so I don't know. I guess they got sales on beds right now. Or is the beds from Christmas, are they already broke? Like, what's going on? Like, why so many beds? Oh, you just so happen to unload the trailer that came from the manufacturer? Man, shouts out to you. And my back started getting a little tight just reading that. Sheesh. Man, oh man. All right, so Nick said, why can't they even make an attempt to hide the package? Man, you got a point, Nick. You got a point, Nick, because I made a delivery the other day, and it was two Amazon packages right in the middle, away from the door, right in the middle. So I put my package to the side, like I always do, behind the flower pot. And I looked at those two packages. I looked at them. I could move them, but yet the reason why I didn't, I'm gonna tell you why I didn't. The reason why I didn't, because I would have to bend over and lift another time, and it's not even my work. I have done it before. And I said, you know what? Homeowner doesn't care. They're going to get home. They're going to open the door, and they're going to see their three packages, the one I left and then the two they left. They're going to pick them up and go inside. They're not going to care that UPS hit them behind the flower pot and they did something good so they won't get stolen. They don't care about that. They're going to see their three pack. They're going to pick them up and they're going to go and eat this steak. And so I'm like, you know what? I don't want to bend over one extra time and it's not even my work. So I left them there. I felt bad afterwards, but I kind of didn't. So, yeah, but yeah, we see it all the time. It's like, don't care. Because what's going to happen is if the packages get stolen, which, I mean, this is bad, but if the packages get stolen, the customer's going to call Amazon and say, hey, look, the driver sent the picture, but I don't see a package. Oh, don't worry about it. All right, I got another one on the way. Don't worry about it. Boom, just like that, you get a replacement. So it doesn't even matter. So the drivers know that, and just put that right here, man. Man, forget about that extra step and a half to go in and hide it. I'm not gonna hide it. Man, they don't care, man. Yep, you're right. Label facing the street. It's like, hey, come and get me. I'm free. Like it's halfway to the street. It's not even by the door anymore. Be crazy. You see some wild stuff out there. Man, yeah, the desert heat, man. That Central Texas is crazy. Central Texas is crazy. And then I used to go up to West Texas in the summertime too. That was crazy too. Whew. I saw the light say FedEx is the Chinese version of UPS. You get what you pay for. Man. Yeah, so the guy close to the guy in my area, the FedEx ground guy in my area, man, his truck is so raggedy, man. And I'm not ragging on him, but man, that truck give off some bad fumes. I had to close my door, man. He passed by, I had to close it because I'm like, yo, I don't know what's coming out of that muffler. Some bad fumes, man. And he leaves it running because he said it might not start. It might not start back up, so he just leaves it running. I'm like, I feel for y'all. Hey, thank y'all for the likes. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Nick Martin said I had 9 like a 90-pound packages. Oh, 9 90-pound packages on yesterday. Loaded through all the over 70s. He threw everything on top of the over 70s. Had to take out the whole truck in real range. Had to break off like 40 minutes. Sounds like you had a day. Nick, you still doing 12, 13-hour days, bro? Yeah, Nick said if they get stolen, they will take our package also. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? I have hidden others' packages. I have done it before. I just was like, man, it's 94 today. I'm gonna have to bend over again. I'll skip this one. I'm gonna trust the criminals don't criminal. You know what I'm saying? At that time. Oh man. I take it personal. When somebody say, "Hey, I didn't get my package," man, I take it personal. I ain't even gonna lie. I be like, "Are y'all trying to scam?" Because I take a picture every single driver release. I take a picture. In fact, sometimes I'll redo the picture because I don't like it. I'm like, oh, that's not good. That's not a good angle right there. Let me do a different angle. Let me get some more light. But when somebody say, "Oh, I didn't get my package," I'll be like, "Yo." I feel like I'm responsible. Like, man, y'all, what's going on? Y'all trying to scam or what? I know I dropped it at the right house. It shows a good delivery. Like, it shows a good delivery. So I don't know what be going on. Man, Nick said he got 59 and a half, 59 plus, 59 plus hour weeks in a row. 2 of them. Sheesh. Nick, I'm only getting about 51, 52. That's it. About 51, 52. Hey, thank y'all for the likes. We appreciate it. We might have a record amount of likes in here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. So y'all, so okay. So what do y'all think about this deal with FedEx? Y'all agree with it? Or y'all think it's smart? Y'all think Amazon playing them or what? Like, what's going on? What y'all think? So I already told y'all what I think. Shouts out to Rick. What's going on, bro? What's going on? Okay, Rick said he's a cover driver on a preload. Just recently got laid off. Is he still able to drive every Saturday if they need him? I will ask about, so you laid off for preload or you just don't drive anymore? There's a difference. If you're just if you just don't drive anymore and you still working preload, I would try to work on Mondays. Yeah, it's something that I see in my building. We have TCDs. We have cover drivers work on Mondays because the Tuesday through Saturday drivers are not able to come in, and so they'll work those people instead. Since they're not working every day, but it's a few of them that work on Monday. So if you're not laid off the preload, I would try to see if you could work Monday and Saturday. Well, you're not laid off, laid off. But if you're still working preload and just not driving, you still might be able to drive on certain days. But if you laid off a preload, you might not be able to drive. Yeah, nigga, I be up there taking a good picture, man. I get the angles, man. I climb on top of if I gotta climb on something to get like a better angle, I do it. I do it. Gotta make sure it's good. Gotta make sure it's good. Double flash, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, Nick. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's been a while since I delivered in the dark. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been a while since I delivered in the dark. Probably the last time I delivered in the dark probably was before the time changed. And then even then it was borderline. It was borderline. And sometimes that flash be a little gimpy, but yeah. Oh yeah, Nick gave you good advice. Yeah, I mean if you laid off a preload, probably not. But if you just haven't been driving and you still running preload, you might be able to. You might be able to. Yeah, my Astros won. Let's go. Okay, so I saw the light say Amazon is playing with them. Okay. They're building their own delivery system in the background. Eventually they will do everything themselves. Okay, so the way Amazon is constructed, the Amazon logistics part of the company is that, they are guaranteeing this, the Prime stuff. So it's like it used to be 2-day delivery, but now it's more like if you hit Prime, you might get it like in 5 days. But you won't find out until like you at the checkout or something like that. But anyways, if your product if the product that you order, and let's say my guy Dooley is in Sacramento, and Dooley he orders something that Amazon has it, they have it stocked up in Florida. It's not in California, but it's in Florida. And so and they're saying like, hey, Prime delivery. So Dooley will get it, let's say 2 to 3 days. So they have to get that package or that item from Florida and get it over to California, across country pretty much. So in those instances, they may have to use like a UPS or FedEx, to get it across the country in those 2 to 3 days, because their network is not as robust just yet, but they're working on it. And so when stuff like that happens, they have to use a third party. Now, if Dooley orders an item that's in Sacktown or in an area, a different city, but in the same area in California, then Amazon, they will prefer to put it on an Amazon van or DSP and get it delivered to you. So that way they don't have to use a UPS now, using FedEx or even USPS. If it's a piece of furniture, moving from state to state is just better and easier for them to just give it to UPS or now give it to FedEx, because it won't fit in the USPS truck. So that's how Amazon works. But they don't have everything everywhere. And that's why they have to use different carriers depending on where you at and where the item is and what you're trying to order. And that's why everything is kind of different. I hope that makes sense. But eventually they could try to do everything themselves, but because if I'm a seller and if I sell, or let's say I sell these cups on Amazon and I'm gonna sell them FBA, which means that I'm gonna send them over to Amazon I have them on my storefront. If somebody buys one, Amazon is going to take it and they're going to package it and they're going to ship it out. Now, let's say I send 1,000 cups over to Amazon, and what Amazon is going to do is they're going to take those 1,000 cups and they're going to say, okay, well, we're going to put some over here, we're going to put some over here, and they're going to spread them around the country. Well, first they might see where people order them from, and they might just kind of have them strategically closer to those people, right? But they'll have them all around the country. And so when somebody orders a cup, they'll send it to them. And depending on the location in which the cup is and where the customer is going to determine what carrier they're going to use, whether they're going to use their own vans or they're going to use UPS, FedEx, USPS. It kind of just depends. And the size as well is going to depend. And so UPS network, if it's something in Kentucky, we could throw it on the UPS plane and get it over California next day. Boom. Or in 2 days to Arizona from Kentucky in 2 days. Boom. That's easy for UPS, right? So it might be better to use UPS in that instance. So it kind of just depends on where the product is. But in order for Amazon to absolutely have every product everywhere, it's going to be hard. Especially since, a lot of people use, the FBA. And the FBA is fulfilled by Amazon, which basically means that you send a product to Amazon, and as it gets ordered, they ship it out. So I see what they're trying to do, but are they going to be able to do 100%? It's going to be hard just because of FBA. Okay, Drew, y'all don't have cover drivers in y'all building? What? I'm trying to remember where you at. Trying to remember. Man, thank y'all for the likes, y'all. We got a record amount of likes. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. No cover drivers in the building. So when the full-time drivers need coverage, so do y'all have enough of unassigned drivers in order to make coverage? Because if y'all do that, of course, that would make sense. So I'm not sure if there's a union mandatory number of cover drivers that you must have. I think there is, but I wonder why you don't have any cover drivers. Rick said he don't work preload anymore. He got laid off on Monday, but they called him to work that Monday. So, hey Cass, hey baby, how you doing, baby? Cass in the chat, shouts out to you. No cover drivers is crazy. But hold up. So you got laid off on a Monday, and that afternoon they call you in to come work? Like, how does that work? Yeah, no cover drivers. I've never heard of that before. Okay, Rick said he believed he's laid off till October. Did they tell you that? Or you guessing you laid off till peak starts or what? Oh, you in Tampa? Nick said he wouldn't deliver in the dark in Houston. Oh man. Like I don't be out there at night, man. I don't be out there late, man. My route is sweet, man. So any of y'all listening, look, hey, anybody listening in my building, my route sucks. I'm tell y'all right now. Like, don't even ask me where it's at. I'm not telling you. Just know that it sucks. But if y'all not in my building, it's the best route ever. You know what I'm saying? It's the best route ever. But yeah, I don't deliver in the dark. Well, when the time change, I don't have a choice. But look, we get it done and we take care of business and so it's a reason why I'm on it. Let's put it like that. It's a reason why I'm on it. I don't have to deal with a lot of apartments. I don't have to deal with, a lot of areas where there's a lot of kids outside. I don't like that. No driver likes that. I don't have a lot of dogs just roaming around. My old route I did, the old route I had, it was stray dogs. Having family reunions in the street, like yeah, it was bad. Dogs everywhere, dead dogs, dogs limping, newborn dogs, all types of dogs. A lot of trailer parks on my old route. I never go back. And the driver that drives that route right now, he's like, "Hey, you want to switch for a day?" I'm like, "Why would I do that?" Look, I enjoy my legs. I don't want to get my legs bitten off by a pit bull. No, thank you. I don't want to switch. Nah, you can knock it out. I'm good over here. So Jude said the Soup's putting on Browns. Hey, Nick gonna file that grievance. Nick already got the grievance paperwork ready. Nick gonna hit him. Look, Nick gonna file a grievance in a different building and still get paid, right, Nick? Shouts out to you. Uh, Ray Face, shouts out to you. It's my first time seeing you here. Any word when these drones are coming for UPS? I asked if drivers can't do anything to get certified to operate those, but they said a third party was operating them. Yeah, I believe the third party is operating them, but um, I don't think the drones, I don't think the drones is gonna be like a replacement of drivers, Um, but I do know like they are using the drones as far as real critical stuff, like going to areas that's not really ideal to drive to and stuff like that. So, like medication that's off in the country somewhere, like I think drones are more or less right now used in that capacity. But I don't think it's like, hey, we got this route with 200 stops and these drones can go ahead and deliver that stuff. That's not, and I don't think it'll ever come to that. But you know, but yeah, but I do think a third party be operating them. It's just cheaper to do it like that. Yeah, I don't think UPS will have employees operating drones. But then again, the air drivers, they deliver air and they might have a little extra time. They might be able to operate the drones. I don't know. But yeah, so Jude, TCD is, yes, you are considered part-time and you have your inside job first and then you drive as a secondary. But your primary job is it's inside, whether that's preload, a hub or whatever. But yeah, TCD stands for temporary cover driver. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad they brought back TCDs though, but all right. Oh, you talking about Nick? You talking about pickup route? Oh, you talking about my route? My route is horrible. Oh, to you it's good, but it's horrible. But yeah. Oh, use the drones for the white and blue boxes. Oh, you talking about the poop boxes? Yeah, the good old poop boxes. Quick story, y'all. So I picked up a poop box. Well, I had picked one up. I picked up two in one day. And what I did was I went pick up another driver's volume on the way in, right? And so as soon as they picked the door up, guess what I see? They picked up a poop box as well. So the driver, shouts out to him, he hands me the poop box, but he's using napkins in order to hand me the poop box. I say, yo, hold up. What's wrong with your poop box? Do you have poop on the outside? He's like, oh no, I'm just being extra cautious. I don't trust you, bro. I don't trust that. You're not gonna just tell me, or you're not gonna just hand me the poop box with napkins and tell me that there's nothing on the outside. You can't do that. Those things are a problem. And then so once I put it on my truck, I'm getting the rest of his volume, and now I'm smelling something. I'm like, okay, is my mind playing tricks on me? Or is it really residue on the outside? Or am I tripping? I thought I was tripping for a minute because I started smelling something. Oh, man, the mind is a powerful thing, guys. It's powerful. Don't put it to waste. Don't put it to waste. Ooh, that's a good question. I saw the light. Are UPS pilots Teamsters? That's a good question. I don't know, but I want to find out now that you said that. I want to find out now. They get paid well. They get paid very well. In fact, I have a coworker that he wants to be a pilot one day. He's a driver now. He's a full-time driver, but he wants to be a pilot one day. He aspires to be a pilot one day. He actually might be watching right now, but very smart guy. I think he can absolutely do it, and I encourage him to do it. I encourage him to do it. Okay, cool. So they are teamsters. Good for them. But yeah, they get paid well, and he mentioned that he wanted to be a pilot, and it's certain people who supposedly be leaders, but they looked at him like, and so I'm like, look, guys, like when somebody want to better themselves, and I'm not taking shots at anybody, right? But if somebody want to better themselves, do yourself a favor, do them a favor, and say, look, you know what? I believe in you. Go for it. Because the thing is that it doesn't hurt you to encourage them. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't take away from you. If they're gonna go off and be great, then hey, let them go be great. But it's just like, man, look, grind, look, I believe in you. You can do it. But the person, the quote unquote leader, they laughed. And I'm like, why though? Like I don't understand that. If you were great, it doesn't make me not great. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, look, shouts out to you. Go grind. You can do it. I believe in you. Man, we got to encourage people, man. We got to encourage each other. Because we don't always, I mean, we be wanting to do stuff, but we don't always, have the confidence. We don't always have the wherewithal or the knowledge in order to do stuff. Sometimes we need that extra boost. Like, hey, man, look. If you want to be a pilot, man, knock yourself out. Get it done. Let me know when you graduate. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's just like it doesn't hurt me if I tell him go for it, Kind of crazy to me. I don't understand haters. But anyways, okay, okay, Independent Pilots Association, okay. Okay, so they're not represented by the Teamsters. Instead, they're represented by the Independent Pilots Association, the IPA. Yeah, yeah. I think the UPS pilots start off at like 245. And so I learned something about the pilots, um, that it's hard to get in just because like you're gonna always have the pilots that come from the airlines that fly the passenger planes like on Delta, United, Spirit, Frontier, American, and in their later years, so almost like when package car drivers go to feeders, like the passenger pilots, they want to go to cargo because you're not dealing with people anymore. And when I heard that, I said, damn, you know what? That makes sense because, man, just imagine having to deal with, the flights that we take, everybody here in the live stream, the flights that we take, I'm pretty sure for the most part, there's nothing crazy happens, right? But there are some flights where, the passengers, they get rowdy and they having to get kicked out and people fighting, people getting on drunk and harassing people and loud talk. And so I started thinking, I said, I can understand why the passenger pilots will want to go to cargo. You don't have to deal with people. And so I learned that a lot of times, the passenger pilots, they go to cargo. So it's kind of hard, for the entry guys or the new pilots, to go into cargo because a lot of the passenger pilots with experience, they go into cargo. So he might have to, or you might have to go and do passenger for a little bit until you can, or if you're already a UPSer and you get your license, I don't know, you might better get in. But I did learn that. Didn't know that, but I learned it. Yep. Yeah, the IPA. Yep. Yep. I've never heard of IPS. What is IPS? What is IPS? Yeah, so y'all, it's getting hot already, and I think they're predicting for us to have a hot summer like 2023, which was like record breaking. I remember in 2023, I want to say in June and August, we hit like in this area, we hit like triple digits, like 20 out of or 21 days out of 35 or something crazy like that. And it was just horrible. But make sure y'all stay hydrated. I'm drinking my water right now. This is water. Looking ahead, guys. Looking ahead, Bomb Squad. Looking ahead, Bomb Squad. Um, we'll pop in before the week's out. I have some other stuff to share with you guys, and so we'll be back. We'll be back. We drop in one video tomorrow, and we drop in another video on Saturday. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And of course, you might want to turn on your notifications to let you know when the video drops and let you know when we're going live. And it's been an honor, y'all. I appreciate it. This is like the highlight of my day right here. Even though I had a long day today, but I appreciate you guys for being here and thank you for your time. It's greatly appreciated. Bomb Squad, we'll see you on the next one. We are out.